The one thing I have to correct more than anything else with my students is the left hand. Left hand technique and left hand position. If you don't get the left hand right, you'll find you're putting in way too much effort into your playing. And as the music you want to play gets progressively more difficult, you'll have to work harder and harder. And some people give up because it just becomes too much effort. I want to prevent that. Here are 4 things you should be doing with your left hand. Number 1, your left hand thumb should always be to the right of your index finger. Always. I teach that your thumb should be behind your second finger. It's a little bit extreme, and I admit it's because of my classical guitar background. I teach all styles of guitar, but I always preach that your thumb should be behind your second finger. Other teachers are a little bit more relaxed and they say between your first and second finger, so that's okay. But the hard and fast rule is your thumb should always be to the right of your index finger. Otherwise you can't stretch properly, otherwise you're putting too much strain on your hand and you can't move up and down the neck properly. Okay, so here's a chord of F. You can see that's the position I'm in. My thumb is straight up, pointing at 12 o'clock if you like, behind my second finger. If it's between your first and second finger, okay, no problem. The second rule is when you're moving up and down the neck, you want to move with your arm only, not your fingers. Here's an example. Chord of F on the 1st fret, chord of C on the 8th fret. So I play the chord of F, and then when I want to move, I release the tension and I move up with my arm alone, keeping my fingers still, and when I get to the 8th fret, I then place my fingers. Otherwise, you know what's going to happen. You're going to end up like this. And I see that all too often. So this also, this affects everything actually. It really does affect everything you play. If you're playing the minor pentatonic blues scale down here on the 1st fret, the F minor pentatonic, and you want to move up to the D minor pentatonic blues scale on the 10th fret, you play down here, you relax your fingers, move all with the arm from the shoulder. When you get there, you then place your fingers. Okay, and back. So wherever you're moving on the fretboard, you move with arm movements, not with fingers. Move with your arm, get there, then place your fingers. Then you can move at lightning speeds. And if otherwise, you're going to end up like that. I see so many people who end up playing with the thumb to the left of the index finger, and then you can't stretch out. Rule number 3 that I'm giving you today is you need to play on your fingertips. Playing on the backs of your fingertips is lazy. It's very comfortable actually, but it's not a good technique. You can't play efficiently, you can't move around the neck efficiently, and you capture the strings. Of course you do it when you're doing your Keith Richards or Chuck Berry double stops, but when you're playing single notes you need to be on your fingertips. So that involves possibly a slightly different left hand wrist position. Not this, but this. Not this, but this. I always think that the line of my left hand wrist is around 2 inches back behind the neck. The 4th rule I'm giving you today for effective playing with your left hand, and this is, it can be tricky. Resist the temptation to hug the guitar neck and grip with your thumb like this. Of course, there are exceptions. If you're fretting bass notes with your thumb, then you need to do it. Maybe if you're string bending, you need to do it. All of the times, your thumbs should be pointing upwards. It might peep over the neck, but you shouldn't be gripping. You shouldn't be hugging like this, okay? Just let your thumb follow the curvature of the neck. So there you go. Those are my 4 tips which I teach my students. Other guitar teachers will have different approaches and different tips. These are just mine, and I hope they help you. So give them a go. It does take some patience to retrain your left hand and to get out of old habits. But I had a student the other day who came here for a lesson. He hadn't been to a guitar teacher for a while, I think many years. And he said he was amazed, literally amazed at how his playing transformed in the lesson by following these 4 tips. I hope they have the same effect on you. I hope they really help. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.